Good morning, YouTube, you sexy mamma jammas. Today is now Friday, August 15th. As I sat here updating my Galaxy Watch Ultra, I really like this thing. I used to wear a watch when I was younger. And then somewhere along the line throughout my life, when I say younger, I'm like super young. Somewhere along the line, I became allergic to metal. And I haven't worn one in years, decades, in fact. Every time I tried to find a nice watch, I'd break out. I'd break out in a rash. Couldn't wear it. I think somewhere along the line, we even tried nickel-free. I think it was a nickel, and nickel didn't work because I still had a stainless steel back. So I was debating on whether to buy this thing or not, but it's because it said all titanium housing. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe titanium is the answer. It's been a few weeks, I've told you, and I haven't got no rash. I haven't broke out. Even this... whatever metal this is made out of, this band that I got separately for the watch, it's not breaking me out. So I like this watch. It's cool to just look down instead of having to dig your daggone phone out your pocket to find out what time it is. And I used to make fun of it. Who the fuck wears watches anymore? But it's cool to have. I got my phone button here. I got my message button here. I got a precipitation chance of rain on my layout. I'll put a screenshot of my right now. Boom. I said do that. I'm put a screenshot of my watch face on here. Top left is chance of rain. Top right, sunrise, sunset. Bottom left is my battery life. The bottom right is my step counter for the day. Then of course you got the phone, and then the right you got my messages. And across the top you got the hourly weather forecast, and then in the middle I have an altimeter, which is the height, your elevation. As you see right now, I'm 33 feet here in Houston. I get up to Kearns and couldn't copy update. Wow, let's try it again. And I'm 140 feet. Let's try this again. You said I failed to update. Why? I don't get it. Whatever. Let's just try later. Okay, well, try later. What the hell happened there? I don't know what happened, but okay. Anyhow. But somebody called me out. She called me out. You bastards. Somebody called me out. Can a man just have an infected hair in peace and try to deal with it on his own without somebody having to call me out? I haven't mentioned it. I got one right here, but it's been noticed. A sore or something right here. Any man ever have a freaking infected hair? Shit hurts like hell, and you try not to pick it because once you start picking it, it starts leaking and getting all, so you want to wait till it gets to the size and then try to bust it or whatever. I started picking it there yesterday, and it's gotten a little smaller and it's not hurting as much. But this thing, infected hairs hurt like hell. But when you called me out, you noticed it and you called me out. So yeah, that's what's right here, infected hair. I hate those sounds. I don't get them very. I mean, we all get them from time to time, but yeah, when you get them, they suck. Especially when it's like in your beard, and then once you pick it the first time, it starts scabbing over, right? And then you want to go pick it more and more. And I'm a picker. If I got a scab, I want to pick the hell out of it. And then you're picking the scab, and it's growing around the hair, and you pull the. Yeah, it's nasty and disgusting. Listen, that's not because I'm filthy or not taking care of myself. I may not be taking care of myself like some people, like the perfect health meal eating habits and all that crap. But look, I take a shower on the 23rd of every month, whether I need it or not, damn it. Come on now. Yeah, I know. You get it. Infected hair, that's what that is. Oh well. Anyway, I'm done being stupid. It's 8:30. It's time to leave here at the Flying J and go 22 miles to the warehouse. I like parking here because I'm closer, which is cool. But the sucky part is that 45 I-10 interchange. That sucks. Going down 59 is a lot easier. But it takes longer. Anyway. Thanks for being here, y'all. I appreciate all the support. Today is not Friday. Let's see. Hopefully this last load of the week goes well. With no drama, no problems at all. But yeah, let's hope for the best. Thanks for being here. Let's see what the trucker world has in store for us today, shall we?
Crack a monster, greet the sun. Big blues humming, ready to run.
Remember when I was talking about how I was looking forward to or not forward, just looking post solar panel loads, just thinking about what's going to come after. And so I started looking at the load board, and I started communicating on Wednesday or so, and then I was like, I'm just kind of looking, just kind of seeing how we feel about next week and so forth, because I know there's not much time left on this project, right? I was like, I just don't want to wait till Friday. I don't want to get word on Friday saying, hey, you ain't got no loads for you next week. So and that way, at that point, it's too late to schedule anything or to get anything decent, right? So I was like, all right, we're good. And we're good until we're told otherwise. I'm like, okay, cool. But I got a message this morning. It says, looks like we only got one load for you on Monday. And then we may be going to the Seabrook warehouse after that. Like, what's that mean? So I call him and talk. I don't call him initially. I just see the message as I'm driving. And I get to the warehouse. I was telling Matt. He's like, man, didn't Anthony tell you? I'm like, he told me something, but I don't know what the details are. He's like, listen, I got you two on the remainder of another project I got. He's like, you'll go to the Seabrook warehouse. We'll do the same drop and hook method we got here from this warehouse, but it's going to Oakland. I'm like, Oakland, okay. He's like, a different panels, different type of loading, different type of unloading. We'll keep you, like I said, on the drop and hook rotation on pickup. But, of course, on site, you'll be live unloaded. And it's a different style, takes a little bit longer. And I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking about it as I'm leaving the warehouse. I call Chris. So I'm like, Oakland's only, or not Oakland, Oakwood. Oakwood is only 100 miles away. I was like, Chris, do you remember what the rate was on this the last time you did this yard? He said he's done those. They've done those before. So I'm like, do you remember the rate? I was like, it's going to come down to the rate for me, whether it's going to make sense for me to do it or not. He's like, well, it was like 4 something a mile. I'm like, yeah, the mileage, the RPM's not the problem. The problem is the daily rate for my truck. I said, currently what we're on, it's just at the number to where I'm content with. If it was any lower, it wouldn't make sense to do this particular job for me. So he looked at the rate. It's like $100 lower. I'm like, dude, that's $500 a week. That's just we need to work on that or something. He's like, and I'm like, well, if they got one load on Monday out of that warehouse, what do they expect? Because right now we got our Mercer trailers. What do they expect me to drop it off on Monday, then bring their trailer back on Tuesday morning just to get mine back? I mean, that don't make any sense. I ain't doing that shit for free. He's like, oh, that's a good point. He said, let me call them and let me work on it. So the panel loads may be done with. Not done physically, but done for me, possibly. This could be the very last solar panel load that I do. Sad, but here's the thing. On that other, you might be saying, hell, do 2 loads a day, which would be great. But it's 100 miles away. Driving from Seabrook, southeast of Houston, through Houston, over there. So we're talking about at least a 2-hour drive to get there. And while on site, he said it's a longer unload than you're used to. So we're probably looking at 2 or 3 hours on site. So let's just say I pick that load up at 8 a.m. I get there at 10. And let's say I'm out there at the earliest, about 1 o'clock. That warehouse closes at 4. Now the question is, are they going to set up another drop and hook for me that same day? And if I happen to get back there in time, by 3 o'clock, let's say, through Katy and Houston traffic on I-10 to get to Seabrook, finally get down there to do a swap out again, if they're willing to do another swap out, if they're willing to live load a trailer while I'm en route, and then the 2 hours or so to get back. That site probably stops around 4 o'clock. It's just not enough time to do two loads in a day. You may say, hey, it's 100 miles away, 400 miles, easy. Yeah, that part's easy, but everything else is not. So it's going to have to come up to match what we're currently at. Otherwise, it just won't be beneficial to me. And don't make no mistake about it, guys. It's all about me. It's about my pocket. It's all about me out here. And every driver, if you don't have that mentality that you're number one, then you need to change it, because you are number one. You don't do this for anybody but yourself. I hear all the time, I got to do it for my kids, got to do it for my family. Yeah, you are. Yeah, your end goal is to support your family and you're all that shit. But you got to treat yourself number one. Because if you can't do anything for yourself, you definitely ain't going to be able to help nobody else out. So I hope it's not the end. I would like to stay on this shit as long as we can get the money right. I'll do this forever, ever and ever and ever and ever. So we shall see how it all pans out. That's a cool logo for Victory Packaging. Sort of a 3D heart-shaped boxes, that's pretty cool. Victory Packaging, a West Rock company. I just saw that on the big side of a truck, just on the side of a dry van just now. That's a pretty cool logo. Taking one, two, three boxes in a 3D side angle and making it look like a heart. That was pretty cool with some depth. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, that's where we're at with the solar panels. We'll see what happens. I'm not really sure. But I will let you know once I know for a fact. All right, we're heading north. We are almost through. Well, we're almost back to the Flying J. We're at mile marker. We're at exit 61 now. Flying J that I've been stopping at is at 64. So we're almost back to where we started, and then we continue north and get to the load. We are 186 miles away, estimated to be there about 12:40 in the PM. Let's hope it stays that way. Correction. Oakwood, Texas, not Oakland, Texas. It's 100 miles from Houston to Oakland, or Oakwood. Shit. It's 100 miles from Seabrook to Oakland, Texas. Oakland is just west down in I-10. Oakwood, Texas is north, kind of where we're going now. Or the direction we're going now. But it's 180 miles, so it's 20 miles less than what we're doing now. Okay, Oakwood, Oakland, honest mistake on my end. So definitely won't be able to do two then. 2 a day, not even an option. But it still comes down to the money part. The last rate was $100 less than we're currently doing on this job. That's just, it's got to be the same. I don't even though it's 20 miles shorter. It's got to be the same money. Otherwise, it just won't make sense for me. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I just thought of that. I'm like, not Oakland, Oakwood. There's a difference. Big difference. KO up here blocking traffic. He blocking the left 2 lanes traffic on I-45 North. Look at them big old wind turbine wings. If you haven't been watching KO lately, you've been doing some ODs over at Landstar. Getting them OD loads out the way, getting that OD experience. You've been driving bulldozers and everything. Motherfucker over there on big boy shit. Come on now. But there's a way station coming up, so you know damn well both of those daggone turbine blades are going to get pulled over. They got to go into the way station. They just can't. It's a permit load, so they have to go into the way station. So they got to work their way to the right. Once they get off, this traffic will ease. We can go right by them. Hopefully, it's shit. I may have to go in too. I don't know. Way station's open. If the lights are flashing, I'm going to have to go in too. But they got to go in regardless, even if it's closed. I'm pretty sure. At least in Florida, that's got the signs say that permanent load's got to go in, even if the way station shows it's closed. I don't know if it's like that in Texas or not, to be honest. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, or at least 3. Yeah, 3. I thought I saw like an optical illusion where there's 4 of them. No, there's 3 of them in a row. And I've seen these things parked on like park areas on the way, like when I'm heading back south in the evenings, I've seen them like on the northbound park areas, like 5 and 6 deep. So, you know what, just in case I gotta go into, what are they doing up here? They got 2 flaggers in the rear. Do they have 2 in the front as well? How are they doing this? What are they doing? What are they doing? It's cool to watch the big boys, right? KO, this gonna be you with that big old flapping flapper at the end there one day, right? How long are these sons of bitches? About 150 feet long or so? So, does this mean right now we're allowed to pass? I mean, if I didn't have anybody in my left space, I would, but I don't know. I don't know how they, even though the trucker pass says the way station is open, I need to provide room here on the right side. Just in case they are, maybe I can get over, or I don't know, we got 3 miles. Oh, what's that on the left-hand side of the lane? Road. Oh, it's just construction, bridge inspection, bridge work, whatever. So, it's a big boy. It's a big boy. He's a long one. That's a Jordan truck, too. Yeah, y'all want to haul big shit? Go work for Jordan, man. I wonder how many years experience you gotta have with that shit. That was a Jordan truck back there. I don't know if that's a Jordan owner-operator or if Jordan even offers owner-operator, but that's an old Kenworth. Or if that's a Jordan company truck. I don't know. I can't tell. Here's the question. I just don't know about the way station, and I know they're gonna have to go in. But do I have to go in? That's the question. If I don't go in, will they come after me because of these big boys having to go in? They got to take care of them, right? They gotta pay attention to them. I'm just trying to get some space. Look how long that flappy flap is at the end there, man. Look how long that overhang is. Look how long this is, man. You don't really notice the sheer size till you get right next to them. There's another Jordan. It says Jordan Carriers on the door. There's a cop. Got somebody pulled over on the left. Back in the, get out of my way. There you go. Everybody getting pulled over. I mean, the left shoulder here is pretty freaking wide. Ah, the way station is flashing shit. But I see trucks on the left. I see trucks on the right. I'm going through. I'm not going to stop. Just because my excuse is going to be like, I didn't want to get in the middle of the big boys. I was just kind of trapped in the middle. I'm not used to it being open. Sorry, sir. Hopefully that doesn't cause me any problems today. I guess we'll see. I hope not. That's going to be my excuse if they try to say anything to me, if they come after me. I just didn't know. Didn't have any space. That's all I'm going to say. They got a couple trucks over there under the canopy. I'm hoping they're just too busy to worry about me. But then again, maybe it's like, finally, somebody ran through our shit. Let's go get them. All right. 12:49 in the PM. We are arriving on the farm. Nice day. It's hot. It's Texas. It's August, so we know it's hot. I was going to stop back yonder with that pilot because I got to pee. But I was like, nah. Got to get in line. Got to make sure I'm first in line, or at least early in line. I don't want to be behind. Don't want to be behind nobody. And I know there's a truck behind me, so he's in my dust instead of a hell of a lot better than I'm being in his dust. Okay, you let me go. Good job. All right, I don't see nobody here, so that's good. Let me get checked in right quick and see how long we're here. So mark time 12:50 in the PM. I had something pretty weird, wild just happened a few minutes ago. I was on the phone with my little buddy Amy. Remember Amy? The lady that left the taxi company the same day I did, and we went to different jobs. Now she's over at a local bus terminal doing things over there, managing over there, and I'm out here doing this. So I was on the phone with her, talking to her, telling her about my day, and we're going, plans of the job and the work and all that stuff we're doing. And heading back down to south, and it's all bright and sunny like it is right now. Nice, sunny. It was like 98 degrees. I was like, it's hot, blue skies and clear, and all of a sudden I'm looking ahead of me and I see darkness, right? So I'm between Corsicana and Buffalo, Texas at the time. So I see this darkness and I'm like, wow, I'm explaining to her what I'm seeing. And I was like, I think it's rain, because you can pretty much see there's like the distortion in the air. Like on the left, on the one side of the highway, it's like a visual line showing the difference. And then on the right side of the highway, again, it starts on the left, works its way to the right, and it ends. So anyway, I was like, I made a joke, like, it looks like it's just raining on the road. So the closer I get to it, the more visible you can see on the road then that the road splash, right? The rain splash and the water splash and all that. So anyway, I finally crossed into this water. It went from like daylight to like it is now, bright and sunny, to just darkness. And I crossed this invisible line, or not so invisible if you're looking at the signs, I guess, that it's just that torrential downpour and winds blowing across. I got right sideways rain and everything. And the truck's being blown. I'm knocked down from 75 to like 40. And I'm like, holy shit. I started telling her, I was like, hey, if this phone call goes away and you hear me screaming, all of a sudden it just cuts off, I'm on I-45 South at mile marker 160. Make sure you figure out who you got to call to get someone here and give me some help. So just joking around like that. And about a mile later, I was like, well, there goes that. It's over with. She went, what? She went, where you at? I told her, and she pulled it up on the radar, on the weather map. And I was getting ready to explain to her. I was like, have you ever watched the radar and you see how the weather just moves around and how like you got little thin parts of it? She went, I'm looking at it right now. That part you just went through, she said it was all orange and red and all that stuff. I was like, yeah, it's pretty severe. I told you I wasn't just bullshitting. So apparently the storm she was looking at that I went through was very wide east to west, but very, very thin north to south. So, and then at the end of it, I'm back into the sunshine. Now it's 96 degrees. The temperature dropped to about 80 degrees after I came out of that. So I was like, holy crap. And I'm racing for fuel because I decided not to get fuel back there where I initially told myself I was going to. but I didn't. Why didn't I? Because I had to pee really bad. I couldn't hold it until I got there. So I stopped right off of the farm. There's a Cesco there, a little truck stop, very rinky-dink. No fuel there, worth crap. So, but I went inside, used the restroom, got a Monster, and I got a slice of, or 2 slices of Hunt's Brothers Pizza. So I was like, okay, I'll just drive them down. Maybe I'll get down here to see if I was guessing maybe I got enough to get to 95 Loves at 95, mile marker 95. I still don't think I do, because now my freaking fuel light's on. Where am I at? I'm mile marker 147. No, 141 rather. I don't have 45 miles left in me, because my fuel light was playing peekaboo with me for a little bit, and now it's just a solid state on. So maybe I could go. I am empty. Maybe I could go the 45 miles or so to get there, but I'm going to stop at Huntsville, which is in 21 miles, at that pilot, and get fuel there, and then go the rest of the way. Go to my park spot in New Caney. I'll do laundry tonight, and that's probably all I'm going to do tonight, is just do laundry and edit the video, as far as I know anyway. So anyhow, that's a cool little story. I'll hit you up. I'll close out the video when I get to the Flying J. As you can tell, it's darker. It's 8:20 p.m. I've been here for a few hours. I've been here bullshitting with some graphics for a friend of mine. Yeah, I forgot to close. I went to go ahead and transfer the video to the laptop to edit this video. I forgot I haven't closed it out yet. So this is me closing out today's video. Saturday for you, Friday for me. I will see you again on the next video. Will be Tuesday when I get back to work on Monday. So thanks so much for all the support, guys. I really appreciate it all. The memberships. I did something to the membership levels that just someone, I was like, it's never going to be a thing, but it's just funny to me. Anyway, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Have a good night. I will see you on the next video.